Welcome back. So today we are starting off our new series, or shall we call it a tournament. Regardless, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on this before we go too much further with it. If you want to see, if you don't want to see it, where we go out there and take every single iteration of NHL games dating back to when we can first grab rosters. It's kind of difficult. I don't own every game, so we can only go so far back here in this. But we made a bracket, and we're going to go out and we're going to put the best players from every single video game onto one team. And then we're going to go ahead and face that team off against another team. In today's case, we're going to do the best players from NHL 14 and face them off against the best players of NHL 16. And then the winner of that matchup will continue on in the bracket and so on and so forth until we finally name a champion. Which roster was the best roster out of NHL iteration released so far today, as far as obviously overall is being granted and players on that team. It shall be an interesting one nonetheless. We'll go ahead here and show you guys the teams though, starting off with NHL 14 featuring the Arizona Coyotes. Arizona Coyotes representing NHL 14. We have Ovechkin, we have Crosby, and we have Rick Nash on the first line. Another thing I should mention, I guess I didn't bring it up, is we will be giving them their overalls from that year's game. So we're not going to give Rick Nash the 74 overall, whatever he would be right now. We created a Rick Nash. We gave him the overall he had in NHL 14. Yeah, the age is 26, but we didn't change that because it shouldn't matter. As long as, you know, we're playing in a playoff mode, the potentials and stuff shouldn't affect their overalls by any means. So we went ahead and did that. Crosby 95 as well. Then Datsuk. Crosby and Datsuk, one of the few years you see Crosby tied with somebody else overall wise. Malkin, Stamkos, Giroux, Taze, Gabrick over there as well. Tavares, Thornton, and Zetterberg on that fourth line. A pretty filthy fourth line. Thornton over there, 40 years young now, but back in NHL 14 he was still old. Just to clarify that was 6 years ago. Jeez, Thornton's been around forever, and he's been killing it forever too. The defense, speaking of young players, Zdeno Chara, a 94 overall back in the day for NHL. He's going to be the top defenseman on this Arizona Coyotes NHL 14 team. Ryan Suter's his D-pair partner. Shea Weber with the bomb among bombs over there, giving him that 98 slap shot power. Put Alex Pietrangelo right next to him, and then Duncan Keith and Chris Letang. The defense is looking a little bit like this. Henrik Lundqvist and Johnny Quick. So we'll go ahead here and take a look at their opponents, featuring the NHL 16 squad, the Anaheim Ducks, featuring Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Patrick Kane. Crosby a little bit higher overall. He got better from 14 to 16 apparently. 96 overall. Johnny Taze still a solid overall as well. Still solid defensively in this game, as they always do treat him. Corey Perry at 92. Henrik Zetterberg, Jamie Benn, Pavel Datsuk, Evgeny Malkin, John Tavares, Anze Kopitar, Steven Stamkos, and then the defense is looking like Shea Weber once again. Duncan Keith right next to him. PK Subban, Victor Hedman, Ryan Suter, and Eric Carlson. We learned something in this video. I tried to use the All-Star players or the International League team players for this, and whenever you put those players in there, it would change the overall to their base card. I never know it did that. I don't remember doing that in years past. So if you change the overall to one guy and change it to like all three teams are on it. So we couldn't quite do that. We had to create players for everybody. Carey Price rocking the 94 overall in net. Lundqvist 93. Again, we've seen a big overall jump from those two them 2 years, it looks like, because Lundqvist went from 91 to a 93. Nonetheless, these teams are high powered. They're ready to go. Let's go ahead and jump into playoff mode real quick. This will be a best of 7 affair as well. I always click on that and there's never anything there. Let's go ahead and simulate the first game here. It's in Anaheim, aka in NHL 16 land. NHL 14 starting on the road and starting off great. The Magic Man and Chara both getting on the board early. You ain't stopping that Chara bombing. Well, it's Pavel Datsuk. Come on now. Period number 1 complete. We'll get period number 2 out of the way because this looks like it's going to be a blowout. Stamkos finally getting on the board for Anaheim, but Giroux and Stamkos also getting on the board for the Arizona Coyotes, aka NHL 14. I have a really strong feeling that we're going to go about doing this video like this, and we're going to completely botch which teams these are on. I keep like second guessing myself every single time here. I'm thinking like, is it Arizona? Is that NHL 14? I don't know, but Arizona is absolutely laying the smacketh down on the Anaheim Ducks. Gabrick, Crosby, it is 6-1. Carey Price is getting absolutely, completely, utterly destroyed. But these Anaheim Ducks in NHL 16 coming back. Ovechkin and Henrik Zetterberg getting bucks on the back of the net, but it doesn't matter because Arizona just keeps on slinging. Another goal, 7-3. I guess the defense doesn't matter. 7-3, a high scoring affair. Claude Giroux, NHL 14 is going to jump out to the early 1-0 lead. The other thing I kind of thought about too is like, well, we could go out there and create teams for each one. It was like, what are we gonna do then? Put an EA logo for a team, but then every single team would have an EA logo, and that'd be even more confusing. And I don't think you can put numbers as an abbreviation. Can you? Can you put numbers as an abbreviation? If you can, let me know, and we could probably do that. That would probably work. But Johnny Tays, Ovechkin, game tied early after period number 1. Price and Quick both letting one in early. Shots were, holy cow, jeez, kind of lopsided. Oh, but NHL 16 over here in this first period. But hey, 5 shots, 1 goal over there for 14. Staying in it. Period number 2 is gonna go to NHL 16 once again. This time getting outshot. Looks like that's a secret to success here. Patrick Kane putting the puck in the back of the net. Period number 3 underway. 1 goal lead for NHL 16. Can they hang on to that 1 goal lead? They got to do it for 15 minutes, and this series will be all but tied as they head back to Arizona, aka wherever NHL 14 plays. We're going to, I guess, Vancouver, which would mean they're heading back to the same place they just left, technically, here. Duncan Keith shot on Johnny Quick, but nothing doing. Pinching up in that play, couldn't get anything going. Oh, Duncan gives it a shot again. It is a 5-on-4 power play for the NHL 14 Coyotes, but they can't do anything with it. Carey Price standing strong, making some big saves in the slot there. Good for Carey. Johnny Tays, big save there by Johnny Quick. Patrick Kane as well. Pietrangelo just getting one on net. There's a minute left. Anaheim's got about, oh, they tied it. The Arizona Coyotes, aka the how do you pause this dang game? NHL 14 ties the game with seconds remaining in the 3rd period. 1 second left. There's only one person that can do that. The Magic Man himself, point blank range. You just let him walk in there. You're probably coding the entire defense. 1 second left. The game was over. Datsuk said, not today. We're going to overtime, fellas. It is Arizona. It is Anaheim going over here in NHL 14 looking to go ahead and jump out to that 1 or 2-0 lead, but it's not going to happen. Early on in overtime, it's Patrick Kane from the top of the point. That's a softie. Quick. Maybe there was a redirect in there, but that you would have seen the other guy get the tip goal, I guess. That's a softie. Arizona's going to blow that one. This series is going to be tied. Heading back to Arizona. Tied at 1 apiece. NHL 16 via NHL 14. NHL 14 with home ice here in period or game number 3. Starting the game off nice. 1-1. Ovechkin said, I'll take a goal on both sides for 500, please, Alex. And that's exactly what he got. Period number 2 is complete. 3-4 game. Johnny Tays, Marian Gaborik, Crosby getting in the mix. We haven't heard a lot from Crosby. There's 2 goals on him here this time on Carey Price, though. Carlson as well. NHL 14, though. It's their home ice. They got to go out there and pick this victory up. They got a 1-goal lead right now, but it's the NHL 16 Ducks on the power play. Nothing doing, though. Only got, what, 1 shot? Did they even get a shot? Power play NHL 14. Coyotes got to get a shot on net, though, to score. There's a goal. 1 shot, 1 goal. Sid the Kid with the hat trick today. We had to talk about him. He was going to eventually appear. Pavel Datsuk's been doing his thing, but Sid the Kid gets the job done on both sides of the ice. Ryan Suter ties the game. It is 5-5 in Arizona. Next goal could do it, or not, because it's been an absolute slobber knocker. Marian Gaborik, I almost said Marian Gaborik. Marian Gaborik, it is 6-5 Ducks, or 6-5 Arizona. 3 minutes left. We've learned one thing in this game, or this series, is you do not go out there and count any team out until it's over. That may have been an empty netter, though. It wasn't. It was Ovechkin power play. They got the goal right back. Wow. Close call. Alex Ovechkin hit the goal up there. A minute left. They couldn't get a second one, though. Arizona is going to beat Anaheim, but I am kind of surprised by how high scoring these games have been, because we have some absolutely stacked defensive cores, and defense isn't winning championships for these teams, apparently, because we're going into game 4, and we got guys like Datsuk with 8 points in 3 games. Crosby just dropped a hat trick on these stellar defensemen. Normally, defense wins championships. That's not seeming to be the case here. Ovechkin on quick early. Ovi, he knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. There's no doubting it. NHL 14 Crosby continues to be on absolute fire. That is 4 goals in about 4 periods for Crosby. That's a pretty good clip. That's what they tell me, at least. 4 goals in 4 periods is solid. Probably something James Neal does if he's on a power play with McDavid long enough. 1-1 series, or 1-1 game still. End of period number 1. Going to period number 2. We'll get this puppy out of the way. 2 goals to 1 in the second. Datsuk. Crosby again. This guy's on absolute fire. I hate to see the gaudy numbers Crosby's got going right now, because he has been lighting it up. Jamie Benn making some noise as well. 3-2. Here we go. Period number 3. It all comes down to this. These Ducks got to hold on to the lead, and as we mentioned it, they blow it to Claude Giroux. Carey Price is letting that one in. Datsuk shot on Price as well. Nothing doing. It's been all Arizona so far. Finally, Ducks making some noise. Arizona power play. Can they get a goal here? Next goal could be the win. We talk about that so much, but we've seen such high-scoring games so far. It probably won't be the win. There it is. Anaheim finally putting one in the back of the net. Ovechkin once again. It's been the Ovi and Sidney Crosby show. The Ovi Crosby show. It's like they're the two best players in the league back in the day or something. Still could be today. Arizona taking the lead though. 6 minutes left. Henrik Zetterberg pucking one in the back of the net. Can they hang on to this lead? It has been very tough for both of these teams to do so far. Leads have been hard to hold. 4-5, a minute left. It looks like the Arizona Coyotes in NHL 14 are going to come out on top in game number 2. Shots 27-26. Fairly even game. Crosby 7 goals in 4 games, and I think he has 6 of them in the last 2 games. Right after we mentioned how Crosby's been quiet this series, the guy's dropped 6 goals in 6 periods. He's been solid. Is it 6 goals? 5 goals. 5 goals in 6 periods. Looks like the NHL 16 Arizona, or NHL 14 Arizona Coyotes, I told you we'd mess it up one time in there. The NHL 14 Arizona Coyotes have a chance to close this series out in 5. Can they do it? Looking like it could be a tall task. Taze, Kane, good old friends over there, both making noise in the first period. Arizona making a bit of a comeback, Rick Nash, but Ryan Suter putting one in the back of the net as well right there. Here we go. Arizona's got about 20 minutes to drop 2 goals in the back of the net, or this one's going to NHL 16. It looks like it's going to NHL 16 because there's a goal. Duncan Keith, that should be the dagger. If it wasn't that one by Sidney Crosby, is Arizona's Crosby struggling, it looks like. You hear that, Arizona's Crosby? I'm calling you out. Time for 6 more goals, pal. 6-2. It looks like the Anaheim Ducks of NHL 16 are going to go out there and take game number 5. We're going game 6. Arizona's got a chance to close this series out at home. Boy, would they like to do that. And boy, is it not going to happen. Zetterberg, Tavares, and Kane hitting the back of the net after period number 1. Malkin getting in another price, but they're going to have to do better than that. The comeback's coming. Ovechkin, Chara, Malkin once again. Period number 3 is underway. The Arizona Coyotes need 1 goal. What a save! What a save if I can ever click on him by Johnny Quick on Malkin. Same can be said returning the favor. Ovechkin over there. There have been shots at high-octane scoring opportunity areas. Whatever the word is here. Some grade A commentary, eh? 10 minutes left. Arizona still needs 1 goal. 1 goal can do it. It only takes 1. Take this baby to overtime, or you're going to give these Anaheim Ducks of NHL 16 the chance to win 3 straight in a home ice advantage game number 7. 4 minutes going. They just got a little bit more time to go. The shots have been galore, though. Look at these places of the shots. Quick keeping them in the game. Zetterberg, big shot there. It's over, though. Arizona, done. 3-3 series tie. We're going to a game 7. Crosby, 2 games without a goal, and he's still a goal per game player. Eventually, that's got to balance out, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Is Crosby starting to balance it out a little bit here. Period numero uno. Game 7. Winner moves on. Loser gone. It's been all Arizona early, but it looks like Carey Price has been standing on his head back there, keeping Anaheim in this game, doing what he's got to do. We're getting a straight shutout period number 1. Every game's been high scoring. This one, the goalie's playing well. I brought it up. Arizona scores a goal. Anaheim's going to be trailing after period number 1. Zetterberg again. Zetterberg has been having an outstanding playoff run right now for these Arizona Coyotes. Good for him. Nice to see him bringing back that youth he had back in his days. Rick Nash shot on goal. Big save, Carey Price. Arizona's been seeing some good scoring chances, but the Ducks coming back. Obi, the Ducks coming back even more. Jamie Benn. The Anaheim Ducks are going from 3-1 down to all of a sudden having a lead in a game number 7. I think we've heard this somewhere before. I just have a feeling we've seen a 3-1 lead blown somewhere. I won't name names. We'll let you do the calculations there. Ovechkin shot, nothing doing. Power play Anaheim, or not power play, but power play for the Coyotes killed. Nothing doing there. 12 minutes left. These Coyotes have to be on their toes. NHL 14. I was pulling for NHL 14. They was my favorites. And it looks like the NHL 14 team is gonna lose the NHL 16. That's unfortunate. NHL 14, what do you do? You gotta represent the best game there ever was. Come on, NHL 14. I mean, you can debate it was 13, but come on, NHL 14. You're letting us down. You are letting us down. You're gonna lose to the Anaheim Ducks 4-2. It was up 3-1 in the series. Absolutely blew the series to these Anaheim Ducks. Crosby was wasn't Crosby. That was, well, it was Crosby, but a different Crosby. It was the Ducks Crosby. He had 2 goals and 10 assists, 11 points and 12 points. Sidney Crosby led both teams on points, almost like he had the highest overall. Ovechkin right behind him, 10 and 11. 6 goals for the Ducks, 4 goals for Arizona. I gotta take a look at one very important thing, and that is these dang goalie stats, because that had to be rough. We even seen Lundqvist come in there because the goalie got pulled at one point in time. 873, 875. They struggled. For goalies with the overalls they had, 873, 875. I understand how great the players were on the other side, but good defense, good goaltending. You'd think it'd be a little bit better. That wasn't the case. That's going to conclude round number 1 of NHL 16 versus NHL 14. If you guys enjoyed the video, big thumbs up and a subscribe. Always appreciated and never required otherwise. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.